Hope you enjoy the show, guys. Today it's a bit of a long one, so we've broken it up into two parts. This one is part one, of course. So yeah, enjoy it and cue the music. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cool cats and dirty dogs. My name is Sham, Shamaneko no Shamu, not a cat, I'm a human. I am the owner of Green Square Cafe here in Komae, Tokyo, an Eikaiwa cafe where you can sit back, relax and get better at English by taking English lessons. Yes, we are open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekends, so please stop by and check out the website for transcripts of the lesson. There's a lot of additional content on the transcripts. Download them now, download all of them. You will be surprised by how much extra content there is. You can download the transcript by visiting www.greensquare.jp. That is www.greensquare.jp. So welcome to the podcast called Sham Talk. Yep, it's me, Sham, and I'm talking. Only this time, I have the utmost pleasure, the honor, the happiness, the glee and delight which knows no bounds to announce that I am actually talking to someone. Yes, today we have a guest sharing the mic. Literally, we are using one microphone. We are sharing this single microphone. Hello to the Queen of Gunma, Hitomi. Hello, Hitomi. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
How are you today?
I'm alright. I just had lunch, so I'm a bit sleepy. How are you?
I just had lunch, so I'm a bit sleepy. What did you have for lunch?
I can't remember.
I remember.
What?
It was a salad
Oh yeah.
with tandoori chicken wings, chicken drumsticks. Yeah. How are you coping with COVID-19? Is everything okay? Have you got enough masks and toilet paper?
Well, thanks for asking. And yes, I think we have enough supply of toilet paper and masks. We don't need that many masks anyway because we don't really take public transport. And the other day, one of your students brought some toilet paper. That was really nice, wasn't it?
Yes,
That was really sweet.
it was very sweet. Yes, thank you very much to that student. You know who you are. Hitomi, just so people know, can you give a little introduction about who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Okay, born and bred in the countryside of Gunma, where the trains come only once per hour, I guess.
Once an hour.
Yeah. I am now a marketer in a San Francisco-based IT company.
IT company.
Mhm.
Is that it? You finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
What do you do in your free time? What are your hobbies and stuff? What do you like to do?
My hobbies, I like taking pictures, especially with film cameras recently.
Film cameras.
And then cooking, hosting dinner parties with people.
Of course, you can't just have dinner parties by yourself, yeah? It's a bit sad if you just have dinner parties on your own.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I already knew that you liked those things because we live together. Fantastic. So you and I are in a very happy relationship. And for any listeners who don't know us, I think it is important to know the reason behind the theme of this podcast. Why is the theme of this podcast pregnancy, Hitomi?
I guess because you're pregnant?
Really? What? I'm not pregnant. Who's pregnant? What?
I'm pregnant.
Really? Congratulations. When is the due date?
I'm a bit worried now that you don't know since you're supposed to be the father.
Supposed to be. We're not entirely sure if I am. When is the due date?
It's May 10th, so 35 days to go as of today.
35 days to go as of today. We don't know when this is going to go online. So 35 days to go doesn't really mean anything to anyone. But yeah, that's the due date, when the baby is due to come out. Okay, awesome. So I wanted to just have a little talk to you about you and your experience being pregnant and just about childcare in general. So are you ready to crack on?
Let's go.
Okay, I guess my first question is, what was your reaction when you discovered that you were pregnant?
It was a complicated one. I've seen on TV series and movies where people jump up and down with joy when they see the positive sign on the pea stick. But for me, it wasn't that simple. I was only 6 weeks pregnant when I did the test, and a quick research showed me that the chances of miscarriage at that point is about 10%. That's quite high, isn't it?
10%?
Yeah, at 6 weeks.
That's bloody high, isn't it? Yeah.
So I was happy, but I think I was, more than anything, I was trying not to be too emotionally attached as self-defense mechanism in case something went wrong.
Yeah.
How did you feel? I remember you started sweating when you found out, and then you had to wipe your forehead.
Mate, I'm sweating now, and I'm just talking to you normally. I actually showed Hitomi before the podcast a drip of sweat that just fell randomly from my armpit.
That's too much information for our audience.
Oh, I don't mind what they know. It's freezing cold, and I've got a cold sweat going on. I didn't know how to react, so I actually congratulated you. I actually said, congratulations.
I was like, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know how to react. I mean, it didn't really hit me until... It hasn't really hit me. No, it didn't really hit me for a while, and now it has. I think the book that I've been reading, which was recommended by one of your mates, and one of our mates actually, David, he gave us this book, and it made a very good point that men find it very difficult to relate to what the woman is going through because our body isn't changing, and it's very difficult to connect with this baby that's growing inside of you because we are not attached to it. We're not raising that baby inside of you. You're doing all of the work essentially, and I want to stress that Hitomi is doing all of the work. But I have recently been trying to connect with the baby by playing music and talking to him. Yeah, it's a boy. And reading to him and those kind of things. So, yeah, it didn't really hit me, basically. Yeah. Has it been difficult for you? Like, what has been the most difficult part of this whole pregnancy?
I wouldn't call it very, very difficult because I've been really lucky with this pregnancy, and thankfully I have not experienced most of the difficult symptoms other pregnant women go through, like morning sickness and dizziness.
Morning sickness and dizziness.
Yeah, I think in the first trimester, the most difficult thing was being extremely sleepy and tired all the time. And people usually don't share the news of pregnancy in the first trimester. They wait until, I think in Japan, maybe 15 weeks and 18 weeks.
18 weeks? What trimester is that?
Second trimester,
The
I think.
second trimester.
Yeah, so aside from a very close friends that I told about, I couldn't talk about it or go on a rest during work. So that was a bit difficult. And then recently I've been very, very forgetful. So the other day I forgot to put water when I cooked rice. Maybe next time
I
forget to put rice.
Oh, that's funny. Wait, say it again. Say it in more detail so people can laugh.
What? Well, I was using rice cooker like we normally do, and I've been using rice cooker for past 30 years or something. Well,
What,
not
since you were like, what,
2
1 years
years
old?
old.
What do you mean? Since you were 1 year
I don't
old?
know, 25
You came
years.
out, you were born with a rice cooker, yeah?
Yeah,
you came
yeah.
out of your mother holding a rice cooker, yeah?
Yeah, so I've been cooking rice with rice cooker for however many years. And that was the first time I forgot to put rice. So I
You
opened...
didn't forget to put rice, you forgot to put
No,
water.
Put water. So I had other food ready, and all I had to do was dish out rice, open the lid, and there was some warm, dry rice.
Yeah, it was just dry, hot rice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was uncooked. It was just hot, hard rice.
Yeah. So
Hot,
what's
hard
been the
rice.
most difficult thing for you?
The most difficult thing for me, I don't know, actually. I don't think there has been anything tremendously difficult. I think in general now, life has just changed a lot. This year, the most
Yeah.
difficult part for me is, well, one, I've opened this business this year.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we're having a baby very, very soon, in 35 days, apparently. And coronavirus has just been, it's thrown a lot of things up in the air, I think, with both the business and the baby. But before we go into that, have you had any cravings?
Not too much.
I've had a lot of cravings.
I know. Well, they say that some pregnant women find their taste change completely. But for me, aside from wanting to eat and snack all the time, I guess no major cravings. When I think about it, maybe I did eat a lot of tonkatsu in the first few months of pregnancy.
Tonkatsu.
So maybe deep fried food, which is good for you because that means we get to eat more junk food together.
Yeah, I think the most difficult, now that we mention it, the most difficult part for me is that you're making me get my house in order. You're making me do a lot of stuff that I haven't done, like go for a health checkup and get my driving license translated. Those are the most difficult things because now got my health result back and high cholesterol. I've got high cholesterol, so I can't really eat food that I want. What did we do? The first day I heard I've got high cholesterol. What did we eat?
We went and had burger and then
Yeah.
fried potatoes.
Straight after I got the result, we went to have this. It was an amazing burger.
Yeah.
I will I'll put in the transcript the name of the restaurant. It was very, very nice.
But you did resist having the second burger, which you really, really wanted to have.
Yeah, I did want to have a second burger, and I did resist. Thank you very much for that. That's very good. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it takes a lot of willpower not to eat two burgers, if you're not a normal person. So yeah. What were we talking about now? You haven't had any. You've had cravings like deep fried food.
Mm-hmm.
What about what kind of snacks?
Oh, I remember when we first found out I was pregnant, you bought me a lot of jagariko and ototo. Those are finished now. It's been finished for a while. I've been waiting for...
No, I bought those because this is going to talk about Amazon again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, last time I talked about Amazon and stuff, and well, Amazon Prime now they were stopping that service, and so a lot of their goods on the Amazon Prime Now application was heavily discounted.
Mm-hmm.
So I just bought you a ton of jagariko and ototo because I know you really like them.
I'm waiting for more ototo.
Noted. All right, I'll order some more. Have you been reading any literature about becoming a parent, being a parent?
I read this one book called Expecting Better because it was recommended by a friend who actually recently became a father.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. It was written by Emily Oster, a professor of economics, and it is really informative. What I liked about the book was that it shared a lot of research data and helped me to navigate through hundreds of varying pieces of advice that I get from doctors, news articles, friends, and family.
And yeah, you made me read that book.
Yeah, and since then I can have a glass of wine a day.
I think that was the reason you gave it to me. Because basically in the book they say you can drink coffee if you're pregnant. You can drink wine.
In moderation, of course.
Yeah, but that's the same with even if you're not pregnant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think the reason why a lot of doctors tell you not to drink is because they know if they tell people, oh yeah, you can drink a little bit of wine, then people might go nuts and start going binge drinking.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah. But it does say that smoking is absolutely bad. It's absolutely terrible. It's a no-no. You can't smoke. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that book was very, very interesting. And I had to read that book. And speaking of me, how has your really nice, handsome, intelligent boyfriend been?
He's been very, very helpful. I feel like I have to say this because I'm invited to speak at his podcast.
You don't have to say anything, mate. You don't have to say anything nice about me.
But really, I'm pleasantly surprised with the level of commitment that you've made.
What do you mean, pleasantly surprised?
It's a compliment.
It's a backhanded compliment, if I ever heard one.
It's a compliment.
All right, fair enough. She's surprised.
No,
She's pleasantly surprised. She's not surprised, but she's happy.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. Fine.
So I didn't mention this earlier in the difficulty of pregnancy. I know you just mentioned it, but we did have to drastically change our lifestyle, like stop drinking or stop going out drinking and smoking vape and shisha every day. And having my partner, you, stop doing those things with me helped a lot. So thank you, my really nice, handsome, intelligent partner.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's stressful. I think that's the difficult part. I forgot about that. Yeah. Every so often I do want to go out for a little knees up, but yeah, no worries. And I've also been trying to figure out what I'm supposed to prepare in terms of a bag for when when your water breaks, when you're about to go into labor. What am I supposed to bring to the hospital? So, what do you need to take to the hospital when you are going into labor? For all the pregnant women and men, well, not pregnant men, but all the pregnant women and their husbands, or boyfriends, or partners, or girlfriends, or whoever you are, if you're pregnant, basically, what do we need to take to the hospital when that pregnant person goes to the hospital?
I think this is one of the things that you've really stepped up in preparation. So I know you bought a lot of things for that day. Maybe you can tell me. You've done more research than I did.
Yeah, basically she needs knickers. She needs a bra, a special bra, so that when she's lactating it doesn't create wet patches on her shirt. And yeah, so she needs a change of undergarments, underwear, yeah. She needs some pajamas, maybe non-slip socks for if she's walking around in a hospital, I read.
She needs some candies.
Yeah, she needs candy for some reason. I can't remember. I think sucking these hard candies takes your mind off of it or something. I can't remember why. I did read somewhere that these candies are very good. Maybe I'll have a look for the reason why in a second. What about you? What else do you think you need in the hospital?
You?
Me? Is there any risk of me not being there?
Yeah, I think it leads to your next question.
You know what the next question's going to be. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Do you think COVID-19, coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, do you think it has changed any of your plans for having the baby?
Yeah, so I just started my maternity leave mid last week, and
Awesome.
And I was hoping to spend time going out and seeing friends, but now that's off the table. I guess I just have to stay indoors. And speaking of your risk of the risk of you not being there in the hospital, I'm actually starting to get worried that with the situation in Tokyo getting worse and worse every day, the clinic where we are giving birth may not allow you to be there for delivery or come see us at the hospital. I'll be very, very lonely if that happens.
That's nuts that I wouldn't be able to go and see you at the hospital.
Well, knock on wood. The hospital hasn't said that yet, but I know that there are hospitals in Tokyo that has already put that in place.
Yeah, that's scary. That is very scary. How else has COVID-19 changed your plans for having a baby? I'm sure there's some ways in which it's changed.
I don't know.
I can't remember what I was thinking earlier. I was thinking I do need to mention this about how COVID-19 has changed our plans.
Well,
But-
I guess the baby won't be able to see a lot of people right after birth.
Yeah, and I won't be able to have, essentially, if I can't go to the hospital, like, I heard that you won't be able to see the baby either.
No, if
For
I
5 days.
if I do get coronavirus, if I get infected, then I guess I have to have a C-section maybe, and then I won't be able to see the baby until both the baby and I test negative, and I won't be able to breastfeed the baby for that duration of time.
So potentially I wouldn't be able to see my baby for like 2 weeks.
I mean, I guess you can see the baby like through a glass or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but like I could just I could just do that with any baby. I could just look at pictures of a baby and it pretty much has the same. I could pretty much look at my laptop and just press my laptop screen and it will have the exact same effect.
Okay.
I want to be able to hold. What I was looking forward to is having skin to skin contact with my baby, because I don't want our baby to just have skin to skin contact with his mother. I want him to be able to feel like he has a chemical connection with me, and I think that's important myself. What do you think? Oh, now this is where we get into the. Oh, sorry, I did find out why you need candy. It's sugar-free hard candy to keep your mouth moist during labor. That sounds really weird. It basically is to keep your mouth from getting too dry.
Yeah, and I'm getting epidural, so the water intake is limited. I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
So this dry candy will be pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you for
Also,
buying
getting water would be pretty good as well. Actually, just give you some water, I suppose.
that. But I won't be able to drink it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, there you go. Awesome. Now we're going on to the really, really tough questions about society.
Okay.
Japan. Are you ready?
Shoot.
Shoot. All right, I will shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of part 1 of the Sham Talk on pregnancy.
Coming next time on Sham Talk.
There's an ambulance. Yeah, independent. Yo. And
Where
would
does
be
she
in
get those
contact.
pictures?
A sexual experience.
Omiai?
That's terrible.
Omiai?
You young people.
I don't think the government is doing enough. I'm so angry, I'm speechless. I'm so angry, I'm speechless. I'm so angry.
Yeah, independent, yo!
Omiai?